¿Qué pasa, mi gente? Welcome to another video. This goes out to all of my people at a job. We're literally going to teach you how to create content daily with a full-time job. Let's get into it. So, my name is Pedro Millán. I literally own 2 SMMA companies, and I have 50 million views to my name, 100 plus appointments have been set, and I have a Grammy to my name with all the campaigns that I've done. And I'm not trying to sell you anything, but in this video, we're literally going to give you some frameworks as far as how you can basically make content even if you have a 9-to-5 job, okay? So, the first thing I want you to do, before anything, before you pick up a camera, before you pick up a notepad, before you pick up your notes app, before you pick up any gear at all, I want you to determine why you want to make content. I know that sounds really dumb, I know it sounds like super simple, but you really have to think about it, because at the end of the day, we all have different inspirations, we all have different things that motivate us. Like, do you want to make content because you want to make more money? Do you want to make content because it can replace your 9-to-5? Do you want to make content because it's fulfilling creatively? That's all cool. That's fine. But you just have to figure out what influences or motivates you in order to do this in place of everything. Because to be honest with you, with the rest of the examples that I'm going to provide in this video, you're going to understand why that this is a grind. But that's the first thing. I want you to determine why you're doing this in the first place, and if you have a pen and paper, you could write this down, especially with the rest of these points. The next thing is that if you're going to make content while you have a 9-to-5 job, let's be honest, you do not have a lot of time. You do not have a lot of time to make freaking content. So then what are you gonna do? You're gonna basically time block at the times where you do have available, whether it be in the morning, whether it be at your lunch break, whether it be in the evening, where you can actually create ideas and film. Because those essentially are the 2 points in your content journey that are literally gonna take the most amount of time. Especially if you just make videos off of one take, then that's cool. But if you involve editing, bruh, it's gonna take so much time. That's why I try to shoot these videos in just one take and literally just go through no matter the mistakes, the buts, the ums. I don't care. The point is the main point of the video, I guess. The main point is the main point. That's really funny. But the point is to make sure that you're time blocking in areas in which you have additional time periods where you can literally clock these out, whether it be with the ideation process, with the filming process, or the posting process / editing process. It depends on what type of content that you make. But I try to make it as super simple, so then that way I could literally just be posting content on a consistent basis. But let's say, for example, you have a 9-to-5 job at either restaurant. Let's say like you're a, I don't know, like a server at a restaurant nearby, like local to your town or whatever. And you wake up at, like, let's say 5. Right? Your 5 to 9 will become your period in order to create ideas. Look for other types of videos that really do well on social media like YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, or whatever it is. And then when you come back home from your 9-to-5, literally being 5 p.m. To around maybe till you go to sleep, maybe like 8 o'clock or 9 or 10, depending on what time you go to sleep, then that's the time where you record. Or vice versa. Maybe you record in the morning because you feel more fresh. I usually film these types of videos in the afternoon because in the morning, I'll be honest, that is for ideation. I'm groggy, I'm cranky, and I just want to punch somebody through a wall, and I'd rather punch somebody through my script or my outline that I create for my videos rather than actually on my videos where I'm actually happy-go-lucky and all this, that, and the third. So I would do it that way. And make sure it revolves around your schedule. Like, let's say if it's that, for example, like you have time to film during your lunch break, then do it to your lunch break. It's all dependent on your schedule and your schedule alone. Like nobody else can decide this for you, to be quite honest with you. So you might as well just start thinking about it in the sense of like, all right, well, I can film at this time, I can record at this time. Well, actually, I can film and record at this time, I can ideate at this time, if that makes sense. By the way, if you're getting value out of the video, please like and subscribe, because it actually really helps out the channel, and I put videos out like this every single day and you don't want to miss them, especially when it's creating money online through content, personal branding, or social media marketing. Anyway, let's get back into the video. So tip number 3, what you can be doing is setting up a recreatable setup to pump out as much content as possible in one sitting. If I could literally show you my setup right now, like I have a light, I have another light over here, I got another light over there, I got a screen over here that's literally showing me how I am, what's up Pedro, that sort of thing. Because you're gonna realize that some days you might only get one video, but at least you have the setup, so then you can just basically hit record and just go. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, some days where you might get a bit more. You might be able to make 2 or 3 pieces of content, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6, depending on how diligent you are to making your content. The point is to create content as easy as possible. Like, there shouldn't be any barriers to help you make content. In my personal opinion, I would rather have a setup that I can literally sit in a corner and have a background and do all this other stuff. Like, this is actually my studio and what I do literally in the garage. And if I had that backup setup, if I had that setup for myself to make content, I know for a fact that I'm going to be making content on a consistent basis. Like today, this is like my second video today, you know, on YouTube specifically. And I think that's absolutely amazing. So then if you have the equipment, if you have the ability to put the camera and the tripod and the light and all these different things which you can learn as you go along in your content journey, then it'll be more likely for you to make a video. I forget where I learned this from, but when I was a musician, somebody told me a really interesting tip, because the thing that I was complaining about at the time was that, dang bro, I wish I could practice more, but it's just like, I have to take out my instrument, I have to put on the mouthpiece, I have to put on the neck of the saxophone, I gotta put my reeds together, this, that, and the third. And I can't remember who told me this. It might have been a teacher in one of my lessons, but what he basically said was just that if you want to practice more, just leave your saxophone out. Like, leave your saxophone out, like all set up. The only thing that you need to do is just put on your reed. Of course, take care of your equipment, like just don't leave it sitting there, of course, because it's a saxophone, right? It's different from a camera, but like just leave it sitting out, you know? And then more often than not, you're going to be seeing it every single day, and you're gonna be like, dang, I should probably be making a lot more time to practice this freaking thing in order to get better. And then more often than not, that's what I ended up doing. I saw the instrument, I was like, dang, I should probably be practicing today. And that's exactly what I did. So I hope that is really helpful, more so than anything else in this video. And the last thing that I want to make sure that you guys understand is that creating content with your phone or having a mobile setup is absolutely crucial. Because let's be honest, life is going to happen. Like, you're going to be in positions in which that you're not going to be able to have time to literally make content for your channels. So then the point that I'm trying to make is make the barriers smaller. It's like, all right, cool, I got a phone, I got a mic situation, and I got something else, maybe like a little light that I literally have to myself that I can hook up to my phone and just be going to town, or maybe shooting next to a lamp. It doesn't matter, bro. The point is that location doesn't control you, your gear doesn't control you, and anything that does not make you want to make more content should be X'd out of your life, and overall just like cut out. Because to be honest with you, it's like making content this day and age is absolutely much easier in comparison to literally just like leaving it up to chance. So my thing is, just take into consideration that it really doesn't matter how you look, as you don't have to have a professional setup every single time. But let's say, for example, you're in the middle of an RV. Let's say, for an example, you're on a road trip with the boys. Let's say, for example, you're on a trip, or like maybe you're going to do something to see some family, this, that, and whatever. You're not going to have optimal stuff happening. You're not going to have the optimal lighting situation. You're not going to have optimal anything. So the point is that you might as well bring your phone and a mobile setup, or in addition, or a mobile setup. Like if you have your own camera and your lights and your audio, your microphone or whatever, and you make that happen, then that's cool. But at the end of the day, you can be making any type of videos. Like with just your phone. Like, I literally started this channel with making videos on my phone, bro. And my top rated video to this point is literally videos on my phone, which is kind of crazy to think about. So then it's just like, the gear really doesn't matter. I literally made a video on this prior to this, okay? So the point still stands. It's like, you could literally do any version of content at any given time. You just have to take the limiting belief out of your brain of, as far as like, oh, it has to look like this, that, and the third. If I don't have the option to have my studio and all this other stuff and the nice lights and whatever, I'm making that content with my phone, bro. There's nobody that's gonna take me away from making content every single day, okay? But anyway, to conclude, if you have all of these things, you still have the time to make content, to go out on dates, and on top of that, more so than anything else, take care of your kids and be a human at the end of the day, right? Because that's most important. And I feel if you can do all these things, and I hope that they're very useful to you, that is the main objective of this video overall. It's because I just want you to understand that no matter what happens in your life, you can always make content, and your life is not gonna feel like you're taking a back seat to it, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe and turn your bell notifications on because I put videos out like this every single week and you don't want to miss them. Otherwise, if you want some personal help, like literally one-on-one help to help you with your personal brand, with you or your business or your current startup, just literally click the first link in the description so I can help you out and we can book a call and see how it can help. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Peace.